Heart to Heart Catholic Media Ministry, in association with Bellarmine Jesuit Retreat House, presents Eucharistic Encounters, Advent and Christmas Reflections on the Gift of the Eucharist.
Today's presenter is Jenéne Francis. Jenéne Francis retired from the Midwest Jesuits in 2022. She was appointed to work on the Jesuits' Global Women's Commission in 2023. In addition to her love of offering formation experiences for groups of leaders, she enjoys serving Ignatian ministries as the founding board's vice chair, contributing into the deep reflections and building a community of practice with IM's Retreat Facilitators Collective. Now let's listen to Jenéne's reflection.
My name is Jenéne Francis, and I'm going to begin my reflection with a poem called Stars by Sarah Teasdale. Alone in the night, on a dark night, with pines around me, spicy and still, and a heaven full of stars over my head, white and topaz and misty red. Myriads with beating hearts of fire the eons cannot vex or tire. Up the dome of heaven, like a great hill, I watch them marching, stately and still. And I know that I am honored to be witness of so much majesty. I first heard Stars adapted for chorus during a winter concert a few years ago. The haunting piece begins by calling forth music of the stars by members running a dampened finger around the rim of glasses filled with different levels of water. Gentle voices add oohs and ahs to the celestial tones, then others bring Teasdale's evocative words to life. My heart swelled as the music flowed through me. Tears welled with awe for the divine majesty. An early biographer recorded that St. Ignatius was himself a stargazer, moved to tears in rapture and amazement as he rested each evening on his balcony in Rome. You may recall times, too, when you were moved to tears, in awe of the beauty of creation, when hearing a particular melody, seeing someone acting with courageous love, or witnessing new life coming into the world. In teaching what he practiced, St. Ignatius included a regular prayer pause in his spiritual exercises for us to rest in God's love. As Kevin O'Brien in his Ignatian Adventure describes this, we become less active, more about being than doing. We become more still, savoring the graces and resting in the presence of God. I began to connect this practice of a prayer pause to the centuries-old tradition of adoration of the Blessed Sacrament. While this devotion was not part of my upbringing, I discovered that regularly taking time to rest in Jesus' presence during adoration feeds my soul. Just before the COVID shutdown, I had escaped winter in Chicago to make my annual retreat in Baton Rouge. Spring was in the air. A cozy rented cottage served well as a hermitage, and I discovered a 24/7 adoration chapel nearby. The parish's chapel was a quiet place to pray in the evening. 20 or so high-backed wing chairs and well-padded kneelers offered comfort as well as a sense of privacy. It was a good place to pause and review images, insights, and questions arising from my day's prayer. Each night, a variety of people flowed in and out of the chapel. Women and men of all ages, including a few teenagers and LSU students stopping by after sports practices. Some adorers prayed on their knees with heads in their hands. Others read devotional books. I periodically spilled multicolored ink into my journal. One cool evening, a young parking lot security guard came in for break, earbuds in to watch a video in his phone. I drifted back to prayer, returning to a sense of deep gratitude for the graces received during the day. The guard caught my attention again, unzipping his coat as he warmed up. I felt a shift, a sense of fondness for him and each person in the chapel flowing from the Blessed Sacrament passed through me. Came a thought. Adoration goes both ways. My desire for more being than doing has deepened since that retreat, and informed saying yes to a call from my parish last year for regular adorers on Tuesdays. While other volunteers are busy in the undercroft preparing dinner for our soup kitchen guests, we take turns praying in the church above. Upon arrival, I take a few minutes to say hello to Jesus on the altar, then turn to the needs of our guests and volunteers, of family, friends, and neighbors, and for the wider world. Recalling questions for Jesus and insights that have come up during the previous week, my prayer flows into gratitude. After a while, in the soft light, the hum of fans, the rhythmic clicking of others' rosary beads, the rustling of coats, creaking of kneelers, shifting of bodies on pews, my heart begins to still, and I feel myself held by the presence of love. As I consider all the Lord has done for me with awe and gratitude, in the stillness I receive rest and peace. Savoring God's grace, my awareness of being cherished by the Holy One is renewed. Advent invites us into a deeper stillness as we wait with hope for Jesus' birth. How might you pause for a few minutes each day, for more being and less doing, for savoring graces, for becoming aware of God's love for you? Then, celebrating Christ's first coming, use all your senses to gaze with wonder at the stars, hear adoring angelic choirs singing glory, savor the smell and taste of God's goodness. Cherish the joy of cradling Jesus' real presence in your hands and hearts, becoming what we receive, his body and blood, love and light for the world. You may want to take a few minutes to listen to a recording of Stars, a choral work based on Sarah Teasdale's poem by Eric Enzenwald, or watch a video of Creator of the Stars of Night, the traditional chant accompanied by a video of beautiful stargazing images. And you can learn more about Ignatius and the Stars in an essay by Tim McAvoy, published in thinkingfaith.org.
Let's take 1 minute to think about today's Eucharistic encounter. What in this reflection resonates with your own experience of the Eucharist? What do you want to say to the Lord today? And what might the Lord be saying to you?
Thanks for listening to today's Eucharistic Encounter with Jenéne Francis. Tune in tomorrow for a reflection by Peggy Arizzi. We encourage you to invite your family and friends to experience our Advent series by going to htoh.us/Advent. Our series continues through January 1 with a new Father Michael video each Sunday and an audio reflection each weekday by a new presenter.
From all of us here at Heart to Heart, we wish you a blessed Advent season, and may God bless your heart and the hearts of all your loved ones.